speaking of parties, actually, there was recently an op-ed in The Atlantic about the dire shortage of parties in this country. People don't want to have fun anymore. They either don't want to throw the parties, or they don't want to show up to the parties, or they show up to the party and they regret it because they have social anxiety. It's titled, Americans Need to Party More. We're not doing it as much as we used to, and you can be the change we need. People just need that extra little push, right? Because they're like, what if I throw a party and then no one shows up? Or what if we don't have enough food or chairs? Or what if the music sucks? Is that why this is happening? Or is there a deeper problem?
Like nowadays, I'd be worried that something bad was going to happen at the party and somebody's going to catch you.
I mean, I was worried about something bad happening at the party back then, but we still went.
Yeah, but
in a way, that's why
there was a fight at every single one, no matter what, and it was just like a matter of, okay, am I with the people that are going to get in the fight, start the fight, or get their asses kicked, you know, and then how do I feel about that, and what handle of alcohol am I bringing?
More litigious society these days, and like, have you seen the videos about, did you see what was going on at the Little League World Series about the kid who's, he got ejected from the game, and the parents filed a restraining order against the ump so that the kid could play in the next game? Wow. Like, that's the society we live in.
Wait, did that remove the umpire from officiating the next game?
Yeah, apparently that meant that the kid could play because the ump couldn't.
You can get a restraining order that quickly?
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, no, they're like granted for basically any reason you want.
Oh, so I can like get one.
Because the kid did a bat flip after hitting a homer.
We have a 20
I got thrown out for one of those.
Pop Culture Junkie. Something is up with YouTube. I've had to restart Safari 3 times because YouTube is freezing. My news channels are just fine. Yikes.
Again, I think it's YouTube and not us specifically.
Hopefully we can figure that out. It seems like the author of this piece, Ellen Cushing, believes the reason why parties have fallen off and people are not throwing parties anymore is because they are just averse to the effort that it requires.
That's the most depressing possible reason.
Let's look at her video explaining this phenomenon I sent you on Instagram. The comments were also illuminating.
Okay, here we go.
There were a way to smush all of your friends together in one place, like maybe one with drinks and snacks and chairs. You could see your work friends and your childhood friends and the people you've chatted with at school drop-off all at once instead of scheduling several different hangs. What if you could introduce your single friends and let them loose on each other without any apps required? I'm being annoying, obviously. There is a way. It's parties. We need more of them. Our national loneliness is an urgent public health issue, according to the Surgeon General. Only 4.1% of Americans attended or hosted a social event on an average weekend or holiday in 2023. This is a 35% decrease since 2004. 6 months ago on Reddit, someone asked one of the saddest questions I've ever seen on a social platform, which is really saying something. The question was, did anyone think there would be more parties? When I was a kid, my parents and extended family used to have serious parties on a regular basis.
Video in the background.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I remember houses and yards full of people, music all the way up, lots of food, and of course, free-flowing alcohol.
They call that doing the boogie woogie.
Neighbors.
Well, also, I mean, just yesterday, a Mormon girl tries to throw a theme party and everybody makes fun of her.
Get
so,
dragged.
society's fault.
Family, coworkers, their friends, they all showed up. And likewise, my parents went to their parties. I thought that this is what my adult years would be like, but they aren't. The post got more than 300 responses, many of them sympathetic. Here's the thing, everyone wants to attend more parties, but no one wants to throw them. We just sort of like expect them to appear when we need them, like fire trucks. But
You say something?
I mean, realistically, I never wanted to be the guy throwing the party either, because then all my shit was going to get trashed.
Yeah. Also, it's like, she says that, but it's like, everybody's, do they actually want to show up? I imagine they're like, I don't want to go.
That's her mistake.
The
is
emotional
assuming that
labor.
people do want to attend the parties. I don't think that that's correct.
Yeah.
She said everyone wants to attend more parties, but no one wants to throw them. No one wants to attend parties.
I think that
That's the
I think
problem.
it used to be the case. People used to really want to go party. Like, it was a thing every single week. Like, who's throwing the party? What party are we going to? This is at least 15 years ago,
This
if
is
not more.
millennials' fault
But
for theme parties.
well, dude, I mean, they had a shelter in place for how long in 2021? I mean, you literally isolated people for X amount of time. What the hell did you think was going to come out of the other side of that gate?
Yeah.
Right.
A bunch of extroverts? Like, no, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
I mean, but the decline in partying predates COVID. So
I
that
mean, well, I'd honestly be interested in knowing like what the percentage was before and after,
Yeah.
because I feel like that whole thing. If we weren't polarized as a nation enough before that, we definitely were following, and I don't think we ever recovered from that fully.
There's a top comment here that says, as someone who throws a lot of parties, the problem isn't that nobody wants to throw parties anymore. It's that people don't want to attend them or stay for long. People are, this is the...
Oh,
this
the
is
Irish goodbye? Are they just like leaving?
Not even that
Well,
so much
they-
as like 10 minutes, and they're just like, all right,
Yeah.
I just stopped by later. I got to go do something. you know?
This is her interpretation of why. People are exhausted by late-stage capitalism. They have no social battery. Why party when you could Netflix and chill? Rather than a release from work, people now seem to see socializing as yet more work. That makes
that's
for a
kinda
low
true.
return on investment for the party host, leading to fewer parties overall. Thanks for listening to my party analysis. So they see socializing as burdensome, and they would rather isolate. That's what's
I
at
mean,
play here.
Tate, what happens when me and you end up at a party? You have to drag us out of there kicking and screaming at the end of the night. We're closing it down, backs thrown out, you know.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be him at
like,
my wedding. He's gonna be-
but it's like get me in that setting and watch me go. Not
you
like
guys, and then we go to like the casino. I want to leave at like 11.
that's because you got to go get biggie bags.
But and I want to just like sleep.
Tate counts money in biggie bags, so he'll like if he
Oh.
wins $35 at the casino, he's like, "This is 5 biggie bags. I'm out." And
Like
then,
I'll be the youngest person with the squad, and I'm leaving at like 11. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Why are you going to bed?
you have an earlier schedule than I do. So.
No, I don't. I just like I'm very very Gen Z. We're not used to these shindigs. I'll
Don't
do
let
like,
him fool you. Tate's a party animal. When you get him out there, he's
Dude, I was
he's
in
wheeling and
chess
dealing.
club in college.
Chess
Friday
club?
night, I'd be like at a chess club.
They
Chess
didn't
club
let
could
you
be
go to parties.
deceivingly partysome.
So, yeah, there's a lot of deception for sure. I don't know.
It
Chess
says,
players didn't drink.
young Americans today spend 70% less time attending or hosting parties than they did at the beginning of the 21st century.
Look, I am actually that person. Like I'm the, like Olivia's like we should go do something. I'm like, ugh.
Why?
But she like but she's Gen Z and she wants to go out
what
and
makes
do
you
things.
go, ugh?
I've just always been that way.
So that's just your
That's
personality.
just
But
my but that doesn't make me the majority,
And
and it
this is
has
like-
nothing to do with
I'm also,
late stage capitalism.
right, and I'm extroverted. I just like I don't know how people did it every week, like back in the day.
It
I can do
honestly
like once a
wasn't
month.
hard.
Like
It
once
really
a
wasn't
month.
hard. You were looking forward to it by middle of the week.
And
That's
and the
crazy.
thing. I'm also older,
middle
so
of
when
the
I was
week.
in high school and early years of college, yes, I did like to go out and do things, but I'm not that person.
Oh, so you weren't always like this?
no. More
So it's not your
in-
personality at all.
It's my personality now. Okay, no, that's not true. Even back then, I wasn't as much of a partier as like the kids that I hung out with. But I did go do it because it was part of your social obligation
So,
in
like,
your friend group.
the exhale thing, like when someone like, hey, let's go to a party, like right now, and you're like, is that like, are you feeling the effort there that's
it's like,
required,
bro,
and you're
I gotta
just
go
like,
find,
oh,
I gotta go find parking.
yeah, like
That's
I gotta
so
walk,
real.
you know.
Like that's me
Parking.
for
the
everything.
logistics of it all?
The logistics is like it's not the social interactions at the event, especially if it's like a larger party.
'Cause
It's literally it's like I have to go get gas. Oh, my car's on empty. I gotta go get gas.
I totally
gotta
feel
go
that
buy
now.
shit. Yeah.
It never used to be a thing, but now, like when someone mentions doing something to me, the entire event flashes before my eyes from front to back, and I'm like, I'm just thinking about everything, and I'm like,
No, and it was
That's
like
real.
I had like a locational like gap where it's like, oh, we're gonna go to the U of M. Fine, like I can find parking there. I'm not going downtown. I'm not fucking doing it. Like I'm
well,
not
this
gonna go.
was this pre-Uber?
Yes,
Damn.
long before Uber. It's just like I'm not doing it. And
was the
Uber
time.
does
now, and that's me at a time when you got your license at 16. Now Gen Z's like, hold up, I'm not getting
Yeah.
my license till I'm 30.
I mean, I think that this comes down to like maybe just the fact that people have less money, so like they can't afford the alcohol.
That's another
and
thing for kids today.
They're not living in homes that lend themselves to hosting, lend themselves to hospitality. So that's one part of it, is just the economy. There's also the fact that people are selfish. They're too selfish, and if you view socializing as some kind of burden or obligation, you're just not interested in other people. The point of a party is, yeah, to drink, and there's the hedonism aspect of it, but you're having conversations. And
Yeah.
like Zoomers are just so solipsistic that they don't find other people interesting at all. And you know
Yeah.
what? They are less interesting than they used to be because
Yeah.
now your hobbies consist of like doom scrolling and bed rotting. And yeah, you are uninteresting. So that's the average person now. That's what's going on here.
I definitely think interest plays a key role because when we were like teenagers, we wanted, to drink or get cigarettes or something like that. We would go to the 7-Eleven, we would buy the homeless guy there a beer, and he would buy us the beer, and we would just go drink with the homeless guy. Like, partying finds a way. If it wants to happen, if people want it to happen, it will happen. Regardless, you're pooling money together. How much beer can we get? Can we get a case? Do we have a place to go drink? That was the thing back then.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just because that really was what we wanted to do. So
Yeah.
if there's no interest there, you're not gonna find, that
Yeah.
straight narrow path to get you to your party destination anymore.
That's true, and like that's a really good point. It's like, okay, maybe we're unfairly assuming that people aren't that interesting, or we're not interested in other people. But also, yeah, a lot of people just don't have anything going on anymore. So it's like, what are you going to talk about? I mean,
Yeah.
if Exhibit A is you just go on like Hinge, and then every prompt is like, what do I buy for the table? Mimosas, and it's like every profile.
They'll have to do like, and also there's like anxiety. Like, what if what if I'm doing the party wrong? Like back in the day,
Yeah.
you just did it and figured it out. Now you have to worry that somebody's going to tell you like, oh, you're like, you don't even know how to throw a party. You fucking suck.
And every Zoomer there is just like, how do I act like a millennial in the 2010s?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, literally.
how do I like?
And the parties,
pretend to have fun.
And those parties were nothing like the parties in the movies, which is what you were trained to think that they were like when you were my age. Like like there was no band playing at any of the parties I went to. There was a shitty sound system. Playing music you could barely hear over the sound of a bunch of people talking. As it was meant
We
to
used
be.
to throw house parties with shows in the basement, and all of our bands would play, and we would just get shit wrecked afterwards, and it was like the greatest time ever. You wake up in like a flop house with like 30 different people.
Yeah.
God knows how dirty it was, but like it was fun. And it was like a thing for a while. It was just like, yo, let's go to a local show, let's go do this, let's go see this band, let's go play in a band, like let's
crazy.
make a band. You don't see that shit
I
really
don't
anymore.
know anyone that's ever been in a band that's like my age. There's no bands.
No,
Yeah.
certainly not.
Yeah.
It's
The
too
want to be an
embarrassing.
artist fell
Trying
off.
to
Yeah.
make
Too
something.
sincere.
Yeah, it is.
Sincerity
The
is
entire
cringe.
concept. Red Toaster said Mary is a 20-year-old going on 60. Happy 900th, guys. Thank you.
Mary likes to go out and do things.
Yeah, I'm super extroverted.
You've talked about how you used to not be, and you had to kind of
Yeah.
train yourself to become more extroverted.
Also, like, at least in high school and college, I didn't know anybody who was interested in partying per se. Like, it was like, I don't know, like, let's watch a movie, or like, I swear, like, this is late into high school that a girl had a birthday party at her house, and it was a middle school, maybe even elementary school level slumber party with people in princess sleeping bags, and like her mom was there and like made us mocktails, and I was like
pizza and pop, right? Is that what the situation was?
yeah, basically. And I was like, I need to go. Like, this is not the vibe.
And like for me, it was like as much as I thought it was like I was okay going to those things, it was never inherently the big thing for me. I think the idea, and people probably identify with this, is like you're like, oh, I don't want to go do it, but you have a good time once you actually go out
Oh, yeah.
and do it.
Yeah.
But it's actually getting yourself to
Yeah.
go do it. But like once I got into all of the bad stuff that I got into that exacerbated like the worst aspects of my isolationist personality. So you don't need to go hang out with people to do drugs. You can do drugs all by yourself at home, which is like the worst thing for somebody who's already, not antisocial, but not prone to necessarily going out in big groups. And that kind of killed all of that for me down the line. But most of my friends, like, they were partying into their 30s and hanging out because they, a lot of them got married around that time, and even then they would go out with their wives because a lot of them didn't have kids yet, and they kind of all the kids that I grew up with seemed to find that perfect rhythm where like they didn't settle down at 22, but they partied until they were in their mid-20s. They got married, they had kids, but they had kids once they got into the latter half of their 20s. It wasn't like they were settling down early on, so they had plenty of time to go out and do things, and now they're all settled down with families. Like it happened very naturally to them, but it's like the next generation just never picked it up.
Yeah. Speaking of not acting your age, it seems like Zoomers just have this bizarre like superiority complex about wanting to go to bed early and like acting like an old person.
But that started with millennials. That started
It
with,
did.
like that started with
It
millennials
did.
bragging about like everybody else is out on a Friday night and I'm staying home.
I'm just a loser who's eating pizza and like watching
Dude, that's kinda
Game of
cringy,
Thrones.
yeah.
Like I don't know what they watch. back then.
Olivia is talking shit in the chat. She says Brett doesn't ever want to go out and hang out with people, and I always want to go out and hang out with our friends.
Right, but that would make you an exception
To
to
the-
the rule
yes,
about
correct.
what's going on with the Zoomers these days. And I really also get annoyed when Zoomers are poking fun at the
Yes, adulting.
conversation about how dysfunctional they are, specifically about how they're not having sex. They're like, oh my gosh, you people are like obsessed with sex. Like, why are you obsessed with the fact that we're not having sex?
Why are
And
you
it's
so
like,
obsessed with me?
why are we obsessed with continuing the human race? I don't know, man. Like, it's a very basic thing.
That is a
Yeah.
crazy
If you don't have the will to do that, then you just don't have the will to live. Like, you want to die. Like, that's the problem. They don't want to go to parties because like they hate themselves and they hate other people and they want to die. That's what's really happening. There's a lack of will and vitality
And
in young
nihilism.
people today. Yes, and widespread nihilism.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.